What is up, graphic designers? My name is William, and welcome to youtube.com/GF, maybe a little X in there. Alright guys, so basically we're going to be going into a little sub-series about freelancing. If you guys don't know, a little backstory for me, I actually did freelancing for about 3 years. I did 2 years where I kind of learned the programs, and then where I did a ton of free graphics. Like, I'm talking, I probably did, you know, this might be a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but I mean, probably tens of thousands of free graphics for people. And it's crazy how much experience you gain in those first 2 years when you do those free projects and you work with clients on a free basis, and then you actually go into your freelancing. And freelancing is very intimidating at first, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. And you know, because I mean, it's like, how much do I charge? How do I talk to a client? All that kind of fun stuff. And it gets really intimidating if you don't understand what you're doing. And so I started out freelancing, and I did freelancing for about 3 years before I decided to start my own sports marketing firm, which is known as Major League Graphics LLC, which is a registered business in my state. And I started that, and then that's what got me to where I'm at today. But if I didn't do freelancing, if I didn't do those free graphics, then went into freelancing, I never would have been where I am. And so basically, if we actually, let's launch Safari here. Let's go to the GFX channel here. Bum 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 bum. Alright, so actually I think we moved it. Alright, well, we used to have a price sheet on here, and I think I deleted it, but we had a little price sheet for some freelance work. People wanted to order graphics from us specifically, and one thing about that is, you know, that price sheet is definitely for someone like myself who does not have a lot of time to do freelance work. If you're really looking to do like hardcore freelance work, you definitely want a little bit cheaper price. I think we have like our YouTube like creator bundle or whatever like that, which is like YouTube, a logo, a banner, Twitter header, avatar, like it's a whole package. I think that's like $75, which I think for someone who's not as experienced and someone who has a lot more time on their hands to do more projects, I think you should charge around $50 to $55 for that. That's for someone who's a little bit more experienced but also has a lot of time on their hands. Because the reason you charge so much when you're freelancing is if you have either a lot of clients and you can't, you know, obviously take in 20 or 30 clients in a day, so you have to raise your prices so that people can, that's the only reason. Like, when you're freelancing, you don't just set really high prices. You set high prices for a purpose. Everything you do has a purpose. And that goes for freelancing, and that goes in life in general. You know, everything you do needs to have a purpose or a meaning behind it. So when you raise your freelancing prices, it is because you either have so many clients that you have to raise your prices to, you know, kind of, and honestly make some of them have different options. You know, be like, oh, well, I can't actually afford this guy, so I need to go find someone cheaper. And then that way you don't have as many clients on your hands because you can't fulfill 30 client orders in, you know, a week or 2 weeks or whatever your turnaround time is. Another big thing when you're freelancing is have a set turnaround time. You know, obviously when you're creative, you can't say, yes, this project will be done on this date. Although, you know, unless it's like 2 months in the future, we're like, yeah, I know it'll be done by this date. But like, you know, I usually go 14, like especially for a logo order, I usually go for 14 days for a concept, or 14 days for a couple concepts, maybe like 3 concepts, maybe 4 concepts, and doing something along those lines. And so that's where it is now. But we're gonna start back at the basics, and we'll get into the whole pricing and all that. I kind of already talked a lot about that, and I'm gonna try and keep these little videos to about 10 minutes and do in this like sub-series or whatever. But first thing you want to do about is branding. You have to, you have to represent yourself. You are your brand. And so a lot of freelancers on the YouTube community go by an alias. Like I went by Zelo for a long time, or you know, there's Jay West who goes by Apex, or there's Rated, or Zach. His real name's Zach, but he goes by Rated, or these Obey people, or everyone kind of has their own alias. But if you're gonna be a freelancer and you go by your own name, you're pretty much gonna use your initials. You're gonna use, like mine is William Haddock, or William Eugene Haddock, you know, WEH or WH, and then you can kind of base your logo off what you use here. And you basically brand yourself around what you want to showcase. You know, you're like, hey, I'm really good at Minecraft banners, so I'm gonna make a Minecraft looking logo and add, you know, make it look 3D, make it look like it's diamond, have pics coming out of it, kind of like, you know, the Optic Gaming series that, or the Optic Gaming T-shirts that Evan Eckert made, or something like that, you know. And Evan Eckert's a great example. Evan Eckert is a freelance illustrator, and look at his logo. You know, it's the two E's that kind of mimic each other with the circle around it. I mean, his logo is absolutely beautiful. And as you look at, you know, gosh, I'm trying to think of there's a lot of really other good designers that I've seen in the past that none of them really come to mind, as well as, you know, like Evan Eckert. And you know, I've been in YouTube for 5-6 years now, so I know how. I've seen a lot of designers. Like I'm not even joking when I say this. I've probably seen, you know, a couple thousand designers with different styles and all that in my days. I mean, I was a veteran in the community when Epic GFX time came about. You know, I was on Epic GFX time, and so I mean that just kind of tells you, you know, how far it's been since I've been here. But you know, that's what you got to look at right now. I think if you're going to be if you're starting out to be a freelancer, before you look at prices, before you look at turnaround times, before you look at all the little details, you know, just focus on your logo, focus on your branding. If you want to see, I believe I have 2 tutorials about logos. I think I have one that's an in-depth one that talks about giving your logo meaning, and then I have one where I kind of make a couple W's. I think I made 2 W's, and I kind of just goofed around and I wasn't like super serious when I made them, but they still turned out really well. I'm gonna go ahead and link those both in the description. So that's what I want you guys to focus on right now. And there's a special email that I set up for this, which is called freelancing@gfxmcn.com. I want you guys to email me your logos. I want you to email me your brand that you're making for yourself, your freelance brand. And it doesn't have to be like a super serious email, and I'm gonna hopefully showcase a couple of them in the next episode. So freelancing@gfxmcn.com, and we'll definitely work on that and going over and well, I'll go over and I'll critique a couple of you guys in the next episode, and then in the next episode we're gonna get more into specifics. So the next episode is gonna be talking about after you have your logo, after you have your brand, what's next? You know, is the website next? Is the portfolio next? What's more important? Or is your website, or should your website be your portfolio, or should it be showcasing specifically the order forms and how to order from you? And we're gonna go into all the specifics that involve freelancing in this series. So I hope you guys like this new little series idea that I came up with. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. And I haven't decided how I'm gonna space it out yet. If I do a video every week, a video every 2 weeks of the series, we'll see how that works. But thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Will. Make sure to follow me on Twitter @gfxzelo. I retweet a lot of the stuff that you guys send to me. I'm a big retweeter. I don't tweet as much as I retweet, which is kind of bad, but at the same time it works. So definitely tweet me stuff, and I'll respond and all that fun stuff. Also follow the GFX Twitter @gfxmcn. I'm actually I can't log into the GFX Twitter on any other device besides my iPad, and it kind of makes me mad. It just says internal server error every single time, and it won't tell me. I've changed the password. I've tried doing a lot of things. Nothing works. So yeah, anyway guys, my name is William. You guys are awesome, and have you guys a G-freaking X day. Peace.